else is exciting that's coming up soon is the Austin Witchfest.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready. I'm feeling it.
Well, I looked more into it, and I'm sure everyone who's going already knows this, but it's going to be at the Jordan Bachman Pioneer Farms. And my husband's from Austin, and I said, are you aware of what this place is? And like right off the bat, he was like, oh, hell yeah, I know what that place is. It's one of these, it's a big chunk of property, first of all. Second of all, it's one of these, like, historical live reenactment type places.
Cool.
Where you go and they're all in character and they're like, this is how I churn butter.
I love it.
I don't think they'll have demonstrations going on, but just the fact that there's like old pioneer buildings and shit, and there's going to be this witch fest. So we're going. That is March 7th. If you're interested in that, we'll have some information in the box below the show notes.
Dude, I stopped myself when I was Marcoing you the other night. I was eating saltines and I almost like took a bite out of one and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I love saltines.
She can't know that I love saltines.
No, you can never eat saltines in public again. Oh, I know because you passionately told me that you love saltines. I think every week from now on, Patreon shout-out segment has immunity from Jim.
It's like in Survivor.
Yeah, exactly. Our Patreon shout-out segment goes to Katie L. Hit us with a sweet Katie L jam.
The first thing that came to my head was, KTL on the ceiling if you want me.
Ba-da-ba, knock 3 times.
Does he say if you want me? Like, is that what he says? Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me?
If you want me.
Love me.
I think it's want me, and then it's twice on the pipes. Bang, bah, bang. Bah. If the answer is no.
Oh, it's very specific.
So, okay. Katie L. Thank you so much. I got nothing to add to that.
I don't either. I'm not proud of what I've done.
All right, Katie L. In addition to that fantastic throwback of a song, you don't have to see Jim in your dreams for at least a month.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Ooh, man.
What are we talking about this week on the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour podcast hosted by us, your hosts, your girls, your witches?
I'm sorry, I was savoring my delicious beverage. I am talking about a rune. It hasn't been too terribly long since I talked about the last one, but there's so many, and if I want this to not last 5 years, I thought I would speed these up a little bit. What are you talking about? Oh, I guess it's Sowilo, the rune Sowilo.
Jesus.
I'm so tired.
Sowilo. What does that look like?
It's a lightning bolt.
Oh.
It's like Harry Potter's tattoo.
His tattoo?
Whoops. No.
Not quite.
Mm-mm.
Not quite.
But what if it was? That would be a change in the story.
That'd be strange.
Yeah, that's a dark undertone, man. I mean, I guess him getting it from his parents being murdered and, you know, like the death curse is pretty hard. It's probably worse than a forehead tattoo.
A forehead tattoo is pretty rough, though. For a baby.
Oh. Wow.
On that note, I'm going to be talking today about moon water. Water from the moon.
I'm glad to hear it. I know moon water is very popular in the Coven page. I see people talk about it all the time. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more about it.
Well, there's all kinds. There's storm water and solar water, snow water.
I'm about some storm water. I fucking love storm water.
So I kind of want to get to those in a future. I've really got to stretch that sweet content out. Mm-hmm. So I'll get to those waters later on. But today we're talking your straight up moon water.
Moon water.
But before we do that, I have something special for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have another passage to read. Etiquette Up-to-Date.
By Mrs. Cornelius Beekman.
So the passage I have for you today, something that's very important.
Oh.
Manners at the table.
Oh. There's a lot of those.
And I left out some of the more arduous parts, like specific fork rules. So let's dive in. This is the height of etiquette. So everybody put on their etiquette gloves. Lift your etiquette hats. There are no more frontiers in America today.
Oh.
Or so goes the lament. And it is becoming as true societally as it is manners sense, which I don't think is a word. And as the frontiers become extinct, so praise be do his trencher manners.
Oh.
His trencher
manners.
This is not to disparage these, our worthy ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
You picking up on that?
Worthy ancestors.
Remember that subtext we talked about?
Yeah, at first I was like, because she basically just says like the frontier. I just feel like she's just like the frontier attitude is just gross and shitty. And she was like, but pardon, our ancestors weren't gross and shitty. But then it's like, no, the worthy in there is the worthy sticks out like a sore thumb.
Where there are not tables or table utensils, there can scarce be table manners. So she's basically saying they don't have tables, so they don't have any table manners.
Therefore, no table manners. Okay. I would guess that's sensible. I mean, really.
I think I don't need a table to know to not chew with my mouth open, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
What matters, a gust of noisy blowing or the cheery crunch of tooth on bone?
Ew.
Yeah. Can we blame him for woofing his food when, all the while, he must keep looking over his shoulder lest he himself be woofed?
Oh.
She's basically saying those savages out on the pioneers, out on the frontiers, excuse me.
Dog eat dog out there, man.
Yeah, man. Lest himself be wolved.
You must woof or be wolf.
Wolf your food or you're going to get eaten by a wolf is basically what
those are your only two choices.
But you will, I am sure, agree that in this world of ours today, which by contrast with his lusty and primitive sphere, literally teems with creature comforts, there can be a scant excuse for incorrect table behavior.
Oh, wow.
In no phase of our manners are we more truly judged than by the way we eat.
Oh, okay.
Let us then begin at the beginning. She goes in to tell you about approximately 24 different utensils and how you should use them.
Oh.
Each getting about a paragraph of their own. So I'm going to skip over that. While hilarious, it does not make for timely content. The table napkin.
Oh, very important shit coming.
Here we go. Let us consider a bit how we use the napkin. And then in parentheses, she says, I wish that in this country we used the word serviette for a napkin as they do abroad.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure.
Little haughty here.
Yeah, no shit.
When you sit down, you should unfold it once, leaving the centerfold as it is. That is, the napkin must never be completely unfolded. And once it has been partially unfolded, it should not be folded again during that meal.
But why though?
Why? To spread out the napkin is a sign that one is not accustomed to good form.
What, that you want to use your motherfucking napkin at dinner?
Yeah, well, no, because if you use it, you're not accustomed to good form. Heathen. To draw it up to protect the bodice or waistcoat is to show that one has societally not progressed beyond the bib period of life.
Whoa.
So if you do that thing where you tuck it into your shirt, if you're tucking your napkin in, it's to show that you haven't progressed beyond the bib period of your life.
You're a baby.
Once the napkin, you're a baby. What a drawn out way to say that.
No shit.
Once the napkin is unfolded, you lay it across your knee and pray that it will stay there and not be devil directed towards the floor.
Pray.
Pray it won't
That's
be...
how you spend all of dinner, is praying it's gonna stay right there on your knee.
Praying that it won't be devil-directed towards the floor. Anytime anything goes wrong, devil-directed is my go-to phrase.
Any word for falling, oh shit, it's devil directed right to the floor.
Right towards the floor. During the meal it is, of course, permissible for a guest to use a napkin when he or she finds the need to. Well, you just said you couldn't. However, keep in mind the ideal eater, one who eats as fastidiously, so neatly, that the lips are neat and tidy, should be ideal. So she's saying, you can use your napkin, but you
shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to. If you're a grown-up, keep your lips neat and tidy as possible.
If you keep your mouth tidy,
Your mouth neat
you don't
and
need
tidy.
a napkin. That's gross.
It is reasonable and logical that the more neatly a person eats, the less attention he has to give to the lips. Also, when it is necessary to use the napkin, you should use it unobtrusively, inconspicuously.
You cannot be conspicuous.
As casually, as simply, and with as few motions as possible. It's like some weird jerky robot using a napkin doesn't know how to quite do it. It is not necessary to use both hands. Use it with the right corner and apply just as much pressure as you would a tender wiping of the lips.
I hate it. I hate it.
This is so gross.
Yeah.
It is an added contribution to neat eating if you wipe your lips with the napkin before drinking from a glass of water. This avoids an unpleasant ring or smear that may be left on the glass.
Yeah, I feel like I leave greasy lip prints everywhere.
Do not use it as if it were a towel. Don't play with it. Don't twirl it in the fingers, and don't stretch it as you talk.
Oh.
I mean, not exactly bad advice there. The arrival of the finger bowl.
Finger. What's a finger bowl? Oh, the water bowl?
Yeah, the little water bowl.
Okay.
Finger bowls should be served after fruits, at the beginning or end of the meal, after corn on the cob.
Oh,
so specific.
Excellent.
After artichokes, and other foods that demand the fingers.
Why is it called a finger bowl, though?
Why does it demand the fingers? This is so... God, can you imagine? Just to live your life this way, to remember this shit. Listen to this. The fingertips, first of one hand, then of the other, are dipped gently. And, get this, with as few motions as possible.
What is the deal with that?
You don't want to move a lot. You can't move a lot, or you'll be conspicuous. The dipping should be casual.
Okay, great.
As if our fingers are not too used to the water.
Oh.
And the fingers will not be over-eager for the water. Mm-mm. If we have been careful in our eating, as we should have been, this simple gesture, like the drying of the fingers on the napkin, should not be made the elaborate gesture that sometimes we see in a restaurant. If we think it really necessary, the lips may be carefully brushed with a moistened fingertip.
What?
The napkin should never be moistened to wipe the lips.
So wait, let me get something. Let me understand something here. You cannot,
yes,
period,
yes,
wipe your mouth with a napkin, but you can wet your lips with a finger?
Oh yeah.
I don't understand that.
You dip your finger in. Just dip your finger in. Wet your lips with it. How would you wipe that away? Okay, anyway, Jesus Christ. Okay, she then goes in to tell you precisely how to eat, no shit, 27 different types of finger foods. Okay? And the last little bit, the last passage I have here from the good book of etiquette. Here we have a quick list of habits that we find so unpleasant in other people.
Uh-huh.
AKA, here's a list of annoying things to not do while you eat.
Oh.
Noisy chewing and swallowing. The horror. Chewing with an open mouth. Not wiping his mouth with his napkin before lifting a glass to his lips, leaving a smeary imprint on the glistening surface. hunching over the table so that your chin is almost touching the rim of the plate. Who does that?
No, Jim?
Jim, that's how he eats. He eats with his chin in the food.
God.
Oh my God. Tucking the napkin into either the waistcoat or the bodice. Napkins belong on the lap. Fork doodling. Tracing imaginary pictures on the cover table with the fork or drumming absent-mindedly with the silver.
I mean, I get that.
Some of these you feel like wouldn't need to even be said.
Yeah, why is that no manual?
To hold a fork or a spoonful of food which has been on its passage to the mouth, but has been stopped perhaps to answer a question or to listen and remark to your neighbor is most unfashionable. So don't stop mid-shoveling. Reaching across the table or worse, across your neighbor's plate for food or salt.
Why can't you stop and listen with food on your fork?
You can't. It's rude. It's unseemingly.
Who makes these rules?
She did. She absolutely... She had to make a list, so she just started making stuff up. Like this next one. Sucking a huge, or even small, spoonful of ice cream and drawing it in and out of the mouth.
Okay, now.
Don't do that to your ice cream.
Don't ever do that to your ice cream. Are you feeding baby birds?
Crooking the little finger as he or she, exclamation point, or she is thrown in there like even a woman would do this. As she eats or drinks, a silly affected gesture too ridiculous to behold. So pinkies out is, you shouldn't be doing it. And lastly, sitting down before the women are all seated or neglecting to draw out a chair for a female neighbor.
What a cock.
The height of unclassiness. That's it.
I feel like I learned.
This brings to a close the second installment from the good book. I just want to read one last, just one again. I just want to say it again. I just need to say the sentence again. Sucking a huge or even small spoonful of ice cream and drawing it into and out of the mouth.
The only thing that I feel like that could mean is you like slurp it in and then spit it back out onto your spoon.
Don't do it. Not a good look. I guess it's like when you have a thing of like a scoop of ice cream and you take it in and you don't like finish it.
You take like the top layer of it off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how I eat ice cream.
That's how everybody eats ice cream.
I feel like it's a sensible way to eat ice cream. Then you're not shoveling it down.
I mean, I guess back in the day, or today, if you're classy, you just take smaller spoonfuls.
Probably. I bet that's it.
I guess not everybody's like me and just curls up on the couch and eats an entire gallon of Rocky Road with like a ladle.
I don't know if I ever asked you what you were talking about. Or if I did, you answered me.
Moon water.
That's right.
I did. Listen, you know what you don't want to do? You don't want to bring more than 3 ounces of that moon water when you go on a plane next week. Just keep that in mind.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. You're right.
Yeah. You got to keep up on those laws, because you would hate, this is kind of important, you would hate to get your flight canceled because of that. So
that would be a real wrench.
Anyway, what's your rune?
I'm going to start talking to you about Sowilo. You listen? You listening to me? Shut up.
Whoa!
Sowilo. Sowilo. It's the 16th rune of the Elder Futhark. And in the alphabet, it represents the letter S. Which makes sense. It looks like one. Like if you were to carve an S in a rock, it looks exactly like what it would look like.
I heard it looked like Harry Potter's tattoo.
It does look like his tattoo. His like little forehead tat. No big deal. Done with pen ink.
Yeah.
And it closes out Heimdall's or 8. Heimdall ruins. No, he rules over. Heimdall ruins everything. He rules over this particular set of runes, and it contains Hagalaz, Naughties, Isa, Yira, Iwaz, Perthro, and Algiz. And it finishes up with Sowilo, which is the rune of victory. A bunch of other things. It's really the rune of the sun, but we'll get to that. So, Heimdall himself, the messenger of Odin, is associated specifically with Sowilo, and Thor rules over it as well.
So the messenger of Odin.
And Thor.
Did Aleister Crowley say that he was also this guy?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
I guess Heimdall wasn't about the physical pleasures.
Okay.
Sowilo is in the shape of a lightning bolt, or a crude S, as it would be called. And this is still evident today with the shape of the English S. The shape that we know today, its origins apparently are in Sowilo and its shape. Sowilo is the rune of the sun, and the power and complexity of the sun mirrors the meaning of this rune, because the sun doesn't simply kind of like warm us up and light our days. It is just this power source that we can hardly even wrap our heads around. So there's complexity to it. And so when I think of this rune, I really, really, really think of the line, when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it does. It's a good rule of thumb to like remember what it means. Working with Sowilo, and like if it comes up in a reading, or if you're just really like trying to focus on the energy of it, its strength is it can light your path a little bit. It can light, but not just that, it can also illuminate your strengths, your power, you as a person, your passions, things like that. It illuminates.
It's the light of Elendil, our most beloved star.
It is the light of Elendil. And it's this guiding light, and you can kind of pursue things like that. Because at the end of the day, you need to become your own sun. And that's really how I think of Sowilo, is that, really if you want to be able to kind of take on the world, you first got to be able to be your own power source, your own sun. So to the ancient Norse, the sun obviously held a lot of power. Like, it was a big deal, and it was highly revered, and they liked it. And not only for its ability to keep life alive, to encourage and foster life on Earth, but it was the only thing that was able to destroy the gargantuan giants, like we talked about those, which I had 2 chances now. This is my second chance to learn how to say Hotan or Jotun from when I talked about Tiwaz, I think, but I still didn't, so I apologize. But the sun could kill them. The sun was this really powerful thing. So along with this, they saw the sun as a female named Sunna. Just as the women of the world, the sun was the bringer of life. She made her way around the world in a chariot pulled by 2 horses. And these horses, I love these names, were Allswift and Early Waker.
Whoa.
I know. I was like, damn. So they pull this chariot around the world. And so she's constantly being pursued by this great wolf named Skull. And...
metal.
I know. Skull. And so this great wolf Skull is always on her ass. So, and it was believed that if Skull ever caught her, then it would bring the beginning of the great winter that would last 4 years, and thus the coming of Ragnarok.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah, all hell would break loose if Skull caught Sunna.
But, like, why?
But, what's going on up there? Like, why is there... How did he get up there? I just have questions.
You just look in the sky one day and this big ass dog is chasing this lady.
Just
around.
like Superman pose flying, like legs forward and backwards, just chasing after this chariot.
Sure hope he doesn't get her, because the world will probably end.
So, this is a really, it's an important distinction to make, because while the energy tied to this rune is happy and optimistic and bright, the raw power and drive comes with it as well. And so that's kind of what I meant earlier by it's not just about it's the light, happy, warm energy of the sun. It can give you a whole lot more than something so simple like that. It gives you ability to see the path to the future that you want to get to. And if you embody its principles, you can rise to that occasion. So there's no reversed meaning of Sowilo, which I really like the runes that are like that, to where really it's not going to be that bad, either way, no matter how it goes. So the rune really, it's not a negative rune. Like, this is typically a good rune to see when Sowilo shows up for you. And it also, in a reading, oftentimes it can kind of amplify the meaning of other runes around it, kind of depending on the reading that you're doing and kind of like the format and everything like that. I did see some sources say that there was an inverse meaning, but like a lot more of the reputable ones said that there wasn't one. So I'm gonna roll with that.
Yeah, roll with that. Always roll with the reputable sources.
I'm gonna roll with the reputable ones. So working with Sowilo can allow you to not only see goals you want to accomplish, like whether they're career or self or relationship. It's a victorious rune. It is. It's kind of like I said, it's the rune of victory. And so the energy that it represents like really promotes victory, not failure. And that's one of the reasons I really like it, is because, you know, you got to kind of think about, you know, this is the sun in its most vital form. So like, think about the light half of the year. Like, think about July. That's unrelenting power from the sun. You know, that is like the heat of summer, and it's just in like August. Yeah. You know, it's like the sun is just, that's what's in this rune, is just like that full power of just, I mean, mind-boggling proportion, because it's that intense to us, and that thing is millions of miles away. Yeah. And it's unrelenting. Yeah. It's like, it's July, you know, every day the sun's going to be all on. It's not taking a day off. It's just going to cook your ass. And so, you can kind of think about it that way. So like, just like in the growing season, you know, think of the energy that you get from the sun, not just in like its light, but the harvest that you eat the energy of the sun pretty much, you know, and you take part of that in. You know, with the sun, we're able to grow that sustenance and we're able to prosper. So that's in the very literal sense, but it's that way, like metaphysically as well, like what it can do for your being. It's very prosperous and what it promotes within you.
What can the sun do for you?
What can the sun? It's just like nice, like prescription commercial, you know. Yeah. Ask your doctor about sun.
Ask your rune set. Yeah. What sun can do to you.
So Sowilo is a great rune to work with when you're trying to focus on like your health. It promotes vitality, health, activity, you know, it just kind of wanting to virility, just wanting to get into that, you know, take care of yourself like that. You know, maybe it's a journey that you're wanting to start. It kind of can give you that, you know, just like when you think about like a good, nice, not super, you know, just like a nice sunny day, you want to be outside, you know, things like that. And so it kind of like,
you want to be outside.
Yeah, you're right. But you know, you get the idea. So the thing is about Sowilo is that, and to me, one of the biggest highlights that it's like, or one of the best strengths that it's good for, at least in my opinion and how I see it. So oftentimes, like I would say more often than not, the only thing standing in our way is ourselves. Like I think it's that way almost constantly. Like then, yeah, I mean, because it's worse than any actual obstacle in our way, because I just feel like it's always harder to overcome self than other obstacles. It just is. Yeah. And so, to me, like when you work with Sowilo, it allows you to see like all of those blockages. It kind of can make you contemplate and be like, okay, I've been in the same spot for months because of this reason. Why am I doing that? You know, it can help you work through that. But just like, you know, the sun shines out the clear, it illuminates your path. And it can help you see all of these things that you need to blast away with sunlight. You know, just blast away with light. Illuminate it. Illuminate it. And so because of that, Sowilo, it pairs really well with Tiwaz. So if you remember, Tiwaz was that rune of action through sacrifice. That was when, you know, the god Tyr put his hand in Fenrir's mouth and basically sacrificed his hand because all the others were like, no, I don't want to do that. You can do that. And so he gave his hand up to save the world, pretty much. And it pairs well with that, because this gives you the motivation and the clarity to see what you need to do. And then you have Tiwaz that's like all right, I'm going to really just, it's going to suck for a while, but I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this for the greater good of me, you know, and that's how I see them working so well together. It is that sacrifice, because oftentimes big change, especially new change that comes from a lot of self-reflection, because I feel like self-reflection leads to the difficult things to change, because
some hard shit.
Yeah, you're digging for it. But I think that's why I can see it pairing, like in a reading for me, I would pair it so well with Tiwaz, is because then you got to go through like the sacrifice of working through that. And that's, Lyra told me once that it's like when you reset a bone pretty much, you know, like you have this break and then you have to, you know, and that hurts too, but you have to do it. It's kind of like the same thing. And that's how I kind of see them. Yeah, I know. It's not that bad, hopefully. So,
you heard it here first. When you get this rune, you're going to break a bone.
You're going to have to break and reset a bone. If you get Sowilo and Tiwaz together, have fun.
Hopefully you get Tiwaz, because otherwise you're just going to be walking around with this bone. You're like, I know I need to reset it, but I just can't figure it out.
It's like poking out. You have like a compound fracture. It's just like... Oh, okay. So...
I hate it.
Okay, so like, you know, I'm always talking about the confidence. I'm always pushing for the confidence. And I really do believe that when you learn how to like wield confidence, it just becomes a power of its own. And it just really does. And because it allows for you to fight your negative self. And it's like, once you can do that, I just feel like you have so much more mental free time to do other things. Like,
no, honestly, you're absolutely right. Because when you're popping up and your negative self is doing its thing and bringing you down and being its negative self, it does take up so much space just constantly in the back. It's just chatter.
You're not thinking about creative projects. You're not thinking about the world around you and how pretty it is. You're just constantly doing that. And it's like, I heard something once and I read it somewhere and I really liked it, because to me, and especially for how like mine is personally, it says anxiety is just people who experience hyper self-awareness. And it's like, that made so much sense to me, because it's like, that's kind of how mine, you know, like manifests. It's just it's not, whether it's existential fears, that's hyper self-awareness, or like, you know, when sometimes, and this sounds crazy, but like when it started when I was younger, I'll like hyper focus, and I don't do it much anymore, but like I sometimes do when I'm like stressed out, you know, or like right before sleep when you're just have a freak out. But I'll like focus in on breathing, but in a bad way. Like how almost like what am I doing to move those muscles? And what if I hyper focused on it so hard,
you just forgot.
I can't do it because it's not involuntary. It's stupid shit like that. But that's why it was like, when it was like that hyper self-awareness thing, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense to me. So
there was a joke on, I don't remember if it was Saved by the Bell or like one of those shows, where one of the teachers, forgive me, it's been a very long time since I saw it, but I saw it as a kid.
It's been.
God damn it. I don't even know what to do anymore. I just gotta keep going. I'm gonna do it 5 more times. Keep a scorecard. It'll be 5 more times. The teacher was standing up in front of the class and he was like, okay, breathe in and breathe out. And keep doing this, and in no time, you'll be able to do it without thinking, just like me. And it was just like such a weird moment. And it made me kind of go like, is this a thing people can't do? Because I was a kid.
Do you just focus on breathing?
Do I have a superpower?
Coming back in. To me, that's where, no pun intended, Sowilo shines. You know, being able to highlight all of these things, you know, because confidence can start to that point, you know, depending on kind of where your issues are with that. Of course, there's self-confidence, things like that, what, you know, in regarding your appearance or your skills of social interaction or, you know, anything like that. Confident or lack of confidence just causes this very exhausting mental dialogue.
Yeah. And it's just like a magnifying glass, because whatever you're thinking on is just going to get brought to the surface. If you're like the social interaction thing, if you're out in public and you're thinking, I'm being weird, then like you're probably focusing on it so much that you weren't being weird, but like you might be now a little bit. And that's from firsthand experience.
Yeah, it's like you are making it weird. Like I get that though, and think about it. Like when you have that reduction in that wasted mental space, you know, I feel like you're more likely to push forward on things, you know, like if you understand that you have the capability of whatever it is that you originally felt like you didn't, again, whether it's appearance, you know, your social skills, anything like that. Once you're confident in those areas, you just kind of continue to expand on those things because you're not stagnant or held back and things like that. So to me, it's really kind of the foundation in which the house needs to stand on. And that's why I always kind of like push for it all the time, because it is like, and it's not simple. People are like, oh, just be confident. And it's not that simple. It takes a lot of work, you know, and it's usually hard, difficult, self-reflecting shadow type work a lot of the times, you know. I mean, sometimes it's easier. Like
it's not pleasant.
It's not pleasant. It's never pleasant. But the end goal is very pleasant, especially when you can start realizing improvement. That's always really fun. And that's like during those times when you're really focusing on, and this one's like a less difficult one, but say you're trying to become a better, I shouldn't say less difficult. For some people, this would be very difficult, but like becoming a good public speaker. This would be a good rune, like, to work on for that, you know, because it has that bright shining confidence, and it again, tying back to, don't even accept failure as an option, you know, like it's not even, and when you do that, when you just understand that you're not going to fail, it becomes a little less scary, you know, if you just immediately from the get-go are like, well, it's going to work out. I'm going to make it work. You know, it's not going to fail. And I feel like that when you're not as scared to fail either, you might not be confident, but, you know, it's not going to crash and burn in flames. So it's going to be a little bit better. I mean, just like we've been talking, you know, like the mind is a powerful thing. And I really believe, and we talk about it all the time, mindset is magic. They're hand in hand. They're the same thing. And, you know, just magic can come from a positive mindset. Just, it's incredible what you can do when you're feeling good.
You can fight people with astral vampires and demons.
Absolutely, you can. Chad, man, Chad's, you can have Chad on your side.
I forgot
we all
that
need a
was
Chad.
his name. We all.
Toby Magnum will come fight for you. You'll have an army.
Oh, no. Toby Magnum.
He'll be there.
Chad the Astral Vampire and Jim are a posse.
They are. They're a squad.
Squad goals.
They are. They're like a rat pack. So, that said, Sowillo's not an idle rune. Like, Sowilo is not one you get to where you're like, oh, okay, cool. I just need to kind of stay where I'm at and focus on... You get Sowilo, and it's like... I just feel like it's like someone turns the light brightness up, and it's like when you realize that you have dust bunnies in your corner and your baseboards are dirty and shit like that, you're like,
oh shit,
I have work to do.
Oh.
And that's kind of to me when it shows up in a reading, it's like, okay, you have some stuff you need to get busy on. You know, you have all this positive, victorious energy. Illuminate your path and march forward, and like let the sun melt all the ice shit in the way that you have, you know, and look into that and work your way through it. And you know, it's important to note it's not going to solve your problems for you. Like, it's not something to where it's like you can just be like, oh, I have Sowilo on my keys, I'm gonna be fine, you know, like. But you meditate on the energy and the meaning of the rune to try to get through these things, you know. So basically, if you get this message to do, you know, to start looking into your path and where you need to be in your future and this clarity of how you need to get there, that's all you, and you're the only person who can get to where you need to go. Pairing with Sowilo tandem, it's going to make things get accomplished maybe a little bit easier, or help you stick with them, I feel like. Because something about, it just kind of, I feel like, holds you accountable. Because if you've been working with Sowilo, and so say you've been like working on this goal and you're like 3 weeks deep, right? And you've been like, all right, I'm harnessing Sowilo energy. I would just feel really guilty if then you like stop and it's like you've been pulling this ancient primal earth energy for 3 weeks and then you're like, deuces, never mind. Like, I failed.
Well, I tried. I've done all I can do.
I feel like Sowilo's just there looking at you like, I will never let this go. Pretty much. That's what I have. That's what I have for Sowilo. I hope that makes sense. I always get a little bit like self-conscious from these rune ones because, like, you know, the meanings are, not only are they open to interpretation and like I have my own ways of interpreting them and things like that. They're just like, you know, I feel like with tarot, you have so many more cards, so things are a little bit more targeted. You know, like runes, there are 25, and you have to like, they're just a bit more broad. So every time I talk about one, I don't know if it just sounds like a bunch of woo bullshit that's not cohesive, or if it makes sense.
No, I think it's just, I think you can akin it to intuitive reading.
Yeah.
In that you might have a basic underlying truth to a specific rune, but how it applies to you is always going to be different. I don't think, I wouldn't trust anything that came along. And I mean, because even within tarot, there's different ways that the cards can relate to each other. And there's different ways that if I pull a certain card or if I do a spread, I'm going to interpret it differently than you would. You know, I wouldn't trust something that came along and just said, this means definitively this, end of story. It's like, no, it doesn't. Those are my thoughts.
I loved them. Talk to me about the moon water and how I really don't need to take more than 3 ounces on my flight.
No, absolutely. Don't do that.
Get some nice lunar vibes.
Get some lunar vibes. I have so many lunar vibes in my notes that I wrote
Lunar
here.
vibes.
I would just make a note of something and then be like, ... lunar vibes.
Great.
In fact, it's in my first sentence here. I have moon water. What is it? What the hell is moon water? Well, it's water that has been infused or charged with lunar vibes.
Oh, there it is. ...
lunar vibes. Water is very easily charged with any energy. It's like a really easy kind of, I don't want to say beginner thing to make. It's just a super simple thing to make. There's not too many steps that you have to go through to make moon water. It carries all the powers and all the energies of the moon and can be specifically targeted to certain aspects based on what phase of the moon that you use. So depending on what current phase of the moon that you use, it can influence the power of your moon water. And the first one is like the OG, the most common. When people say moon water without really qualifying what type of moon water they're talking about, they're generally talking about full moon water. It's like a mega booster, right? It adds power and quickness to any and all spells. Besides that amplification power, full moon water is really, really good for protection and divination, especially. The extra bonus with this is if you keep a little bit of moon water, say, on your altar, or if you anoint anything with it, it can, those things are then said to carry the power of the moon. So if there's something that you don't want to leave outside to like charge in the moonlight, certain tools, because you think they might get stolen or something, you can use some moon water to anoint them and then boom, charged with lunar vibes. The waning moon, after the full moon, it's waning, so it's going away. Waning moon, water infused with the light of a waning moon, is used to banish post-sickness, post-breakup, or after a mental illness dip, which is what I call those kind of low spots, those little bouts. I call them a little dip. Waning moon water is also good to use in freezing spells. So if you want to put a freeze on somebody, you want to cut that shit out, use some waning moon water. You can also use the new moon or the dark moon to charge water, even though it's technically like the absence of the moon. Those vibes are still there. You're going to use this when you want to encourage newness. New beginnings such as jobs, relationships, or even like a new era in your life in general. Anytime you need to reset, this water can be used. Anytime you need to reset, this water can be used. Not when you need to reset this water.
You don't need to just reset the water.
You can also bless your seeds with new moon water to give them a good start, which I thought was very cute. And we're entering that season of, we're thinking about planting shit, you know. A lot of seeds have already been started.
I didn't hear the S originally, and I just heard bless your seed, and I didn't like that.
I mean, bless your seed in any way you want, really.
Mm-hmm.
A waxing moon is a moon that's moving toward the full moon. Use the energy of the waxing moon when you want to attract manifest, and develop something new. So it's really good for money spells or personal growth, works with personal growth. There are certain special instances that can change the power. So if you use a supermoon, this is like full moon water but turned
right
all the way up. This is hardcore full moon water. You use this in a situation when you want a really, really powerful spell. It's going to punch it up. Works as a catalyst, works as the biggest quartz crystal you can ever imagine. It amplifies like a son of a bitch. Lunar eclipses. You can charge water in a lunar eclipse. This will bring about fast change. Use in situations when you need something forceful. This is not for everyday situations, like soft situations. You can go overboard with this. The zodiac can also come into play here. Charged when the moon is in certain signs, your water can take on aspects related to that sign. Recently, we had the full moon in Leo, which I only know about because of my planner, and it just said, here's what it means. It's all about personal power and creative expression. So water charged under that Leo full moon, if you happened to do that, it's very much about the power that you can bring from yourself and any kind of creative endeavors that you want to do. So you can anoint your easel if you're a painter, or your guitar, but don't ruin it because it's water. The upcoming full moon is on March 9th. It is in Virgo, so it's all about organization and patience. Just keep that in mind.
Shut your mouth. Can I?
What?
Oh God, I got defensive. Because those are probably my two worst attributes, as I am not organized and I have no patience. And you were like, just keep that in mind.
I didn't mean you.
So I have a question. Can I just like leave this water out, right? Like under a moon and it gets all charged up, and can I just drink it?
Listen, I have special considerations for that.
Because I want to just like chug it down in the morning and just feel the lunar vibes all throughout my body.
All fucking day. No, man. Listen, there's some really cool shit you can do with moon water. I've always been interested, but in a very passive way. Just like, oh, that would be cool to have someday. Now, after reading all the different ways to use it and everything, it's like something I really, really want to do. And I mean, I really want to get some waning moon water for that demon banishing power that it has.
The banishing.
You know, I would really, really, I think that's something I will probably move through. And the next super moon we have, I'm putting some water out, and you best believe I'm just going to stick a bottle of water out.
That's exactly what I want to do. I'll get a mason jar and just like let it soak up that, and I'm just going to swig it down the next morning.
Super moon water, the first thing in the morning. You will get so much shit done.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, so Macy, after that very personal attack about the full moon in Virgo, about your organization and your fucking patience. How long is your flight, by the way, since you're so impatient? Your very special flight.
Under 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Will you be able to handle it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'm not going to love it.
Okay, moon water. How you dress your water will also influence its power. So you can use herbs, oils, salt, or even crystals. Now, I want to add like an asterisk after that last one, because with all things, be careful with what you infuse your water with. Because, you know, some herbs and some oils can be harmful and you don't want to ingest them.
Well, and some crystals can harbor bacteria. So if you're just like chunking that in your water and drinking it, be careful.
Yeah, there's a special nod to crystals here as far as the be careful. Some can be harmed by the water, but worse, some can harm you. Some can leach harmful substances into the water, like malachite is a big one. I didn't mention not to get malachite wet, and a lot of people were like, oh, hey, you should probably, like, at some point mention not to get malachite wet. Because I think we did say something, we were like, it grows in damp places. I'm sure it's fine if it gets wet. No, it's not. So just make sure that you do a thorough research sesh before just plopping crystals into your water. So one of the ways that you can dress this up is by selecting your magical vessel, what vessel you want to put your water in. And it was something I didn't even think about until I came across this article on exemplar.com about how to make moon water. And there's a section here called selecting your magical vessel. And I'm gonna relay that to you. So You can use clear glass for clarity, focus, clear sight, lunar magic and healing.
Cool.
Frosted white glass is lunar energy, storm magic, protection, and healing. Storm water in some frosted white glass. That sounds dope. A pink vessel for self-love, relationships, friendship, fellowship, Jesus Christ. Red is passion, fire, sex magic.
Oh my God. Some super moon vibes in a fucking red cup. Let's swig that down. Very virile.
Oh boy. Immediately pregnant. Amber is animal magic, earth element, and protection. Green is for fairy magic, prosperity, wealth, riches, healing, and health. Blue is water, mermaid magic, healing, increasing psychic abilities, divination, peace. And purple is the element of spirit, magic, and protection.
So a lot like candle magic.
Yeah. In general, a lot of these colors are going to be the same. I haven't seen much in the way of amber, so that was nice to get that one. But over on that very same article, there is a really handy list of crystals to not put into your water. I'm sure there's more than what they list over there, but I guess it's like the most popular ones and why. It gives you the why along with the name of it and how it would harm you or harm the crystal. It also just kind of has a warning to avoid putting crystals in your water at all, in general, especially if you plan on drinking it.
Okay.
Now that you know a little bit more about what moon water is, you may be asking yourself, gee, how can I use this stuff? All right, well, sit back and let me tell you. You can water your plants with it to add virility and health.
Okay.
Add it to bath water. Maybe some waxing moon water to attract an aura of power before an important work function, or some waning moon water to banish some icky vibes you've been holding on to. Full moon water is good before any kind of ritual that you're doing to just amplify your power. Cleansing, magic, and mundane. You can add some to your cleaners. Dark moon water is good for setting that fresh new energy. And any tools that you use water to spiritually cleanse, you can use the water with. Sprays. And this was one I was real excited about because I had never thought of making a spray out of moon water. So any spray that you might use normally, you can add some moon water to it to make it a little extra special. I personally am going to add some to my facial mist and continue to manifest this desire that I have of being like a badass beauty witch. You can also use it in a clearing spray, or even in a protection spray, like the one that we use before and after spooky sods. Drink it. Here we go. Here's to answer your question that you asked up front at the top of the episode. Only if you use safe drinking water. Boxed water is a good choice here. And mind the shit that you put into it. Making tea out of moon water was something that I saw a lot.
I like that.
It was the most witchy shit I've ever heard of. I would use some me personally, I would use some waning moon water, and some self-care tea after like one of those dips I mentioned earlier, or maybe full moon water just before a ritual, again, to just burst at the seams with power and ... lunar vibes.
Lunar vibes.
Use it in scrying. Full moon water is great for divination. Place some on your third eye or any chakra, I guess, to activate it. Make potions. Consecrate your magical items, as long as they're water safe. You can leave it as an offering, or you can rep the element of water on your altar. And that last one actually comes with the added bonus of boosting all the magic that you perform there. So if you've got a bottle of moon water nearby, it's going to just amplify your shit. You can bless your wallet or your purse with moon water, or bless the money that you leave on an altar, or otherwise not spending money, that you would spend. You can do that and it will draw money to you. And some say that moon water holds healing properties. Of course, use alongside as a complement to your medical treatments.
Yes, please.
Mace, listen, I've told you about what it is. I've told you about what it can do. So now you're all jazzed up about moon water. All right. You're probably just you're like beside yourself right now and you're just pacing the floor and you're asking like, how do I get my hands on this magical liquid?
Absolutely.
How do I do it? Well, fear not, little baby birds. Mama's going to tell you.
How do I get my hands on some?
1. Cleanse the vessel you plan to store your water in. Clean it both in the ways of magic and the mundane. Gather your water. Use safe drinking water if you plan on ingesting it. You may choose to chant or say an incantation at this point as you're filling the vessel. Then simply place the water in sight of the moon. This can be in a windowsill if outside is not a possibility. Leave it to infuse for several hours. There's no need to do it all night, but whatever you do, collect it before the sun rises, or else it's just ruined. If your water was lidless, because some people do prefer to leave it out lidless, filter out any debris and bugs and shit that may have collected in it. Lastly, you can dress it now how you see fit. So your herbs and everything that you want to plop into it, you can do that. You can also do this before placing it in the moon to really give it some time to soak. It's just however you want to do that. And then lastly, store the water away from the light. And that's it, like easy peasy. Basically, put some water in a canister, throw it out in the moon, get it before the sun comes up. You can even make it on a cloudy night. The energy is just as potent, much like how in the daytime, the sun can still give you a sunburn, even if it's cloudy outside. Which is something that really bothers me, is when people are like, I don't have to put on sunscreen today because it's cloudy. It's like, no, bitch, you still gonna get it. The moon can too, in spite of the cloud coverage, break through. So some say, and I don't know, this is probably one of those personal preference things, but I did see a lot of people said that the water lasts, like in quotes, it lasts for one moon cycle. So if you make it on the full moon, it lasts till the next full moon, or new moon to new moon, and so on and so forth. And lastly, reached out to the Patreons, wanted to see how they felt about this. So I have a couple entries here from patrons about what they think and how they feel about and how they use moon water. So the first one up is Ivy V. Ivy V says, I'm a lazy ass witch. I have a water bottle with crystals in it to charge the water. I fill it up, put that bitch on my windowsill overnight, and boom, moon water. I use it kind of like holy water, for exorcisms.
I feel all of that comment.
Shaylee says, I have a little glass bottle that I fill with fresh water and charge on full moons, and I like to use it to mix with my anointing oils. I also use my moon water to draw invisible sigils on my wall. I really liked that one. A lot of people ask us, how can I fly under the radar? I still live at home.
Yeah, that's good incognito way.
Doesn't leave anything behind. Brianna B says, moon water is a fairly large part of my practice. I collect it and label it according to the stage the moon was in at the time, making note of any supermoons, eclipses, phases, things like that, and what the weather was like. I collect and use rain and storm weather water as well. I use it in my diffusers if I have any personal turmoil or intentions that need an extra oomph. I really liked that.
I like that
using
too.
moon water to throw out through your diffusers.
I like that.
I use it as offerings. That's really cool. For special occasions or depending on energy. I felt like such an old lady. That's really cool.
That's really cool.
Or depending on the energy. I can use it. I use it in freezer spells too. I don't have a tub, so for ritual cleansing, I do salt scrubs and then rinse with moon water that I have steeped with herbs or infused with crystals. How magical is that? God damn.
That's pretty fucking great.
I mist my houseplants. I have 2 spray bottles, one with moon water from Yule and one with sun water from Litha that I added oils to for quick cleanses, etc. Tons of uses. Aaron A says, I charge 3 jars, one for protection, one for altar work, one for kitchen magic. I make coffee with it.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, make you some coffee with it, because I don't think I see myself waking up and having tea like first thing off in the morning, because I need the caffeine. I gotta get some strong ass. So some full moon water with some coffee, blast off. And to wrap up, Heather B says, I use it for watering some of my plants when they start being bitches.
I feel that. I feel that hard.
And that's Moonwater, dude.
I liked it.
Moonwater. I liked it.
I liked it.
Hey, Mace, on this super special, super important plane ride that you're taking, just casually next week for, really big reasons, are they going to, serve you a meal or anything on it?
No.
No. So you might have to bring along your own can of review footage.
Yes, yeah. In my very small carry-on, I will bring copious amounts of review footage.
Under 100 milliliters of review footage. Just to kind of squirt out along the way.
Just to keep me going.
Today's footage comes from DM Lomba.
Oh.
It says, "Get out of my head."
Okay.
"I shut myself down years ago. Now I found me again. Then I found you. Now all my girls listen. I always feel like you're in my head, saying what I think. Keep up the great work. Continue to be you."
Cool. I like that.
That was very, very sweet. You know what else is coming up, Mace?
A sweet retreat.
Anahata's Purpose. Anahata's Purpose is a 4-day wellness festival that takes place on the beautiful grounds of Camp Oak Hill in Nottingham, Pennsylvania.
It's so beautiful.
The festival has a beautiful meaning and the grounds a rich history. The word Anahata is the Sanskrit name for your heart chakra. What it offers is a 4-day journey to explore and discover things to ignite your heart's purpose and unlock its power. You can expect, Mace, are you ready to hear what you can expect?
Uh-huh.
You can expect hugging, crying, stillness, self-reflection, some circles, some dancing, and celebration. You will feel human connection, positivity, and healing. Which one of those are you most excited about?
Human connection.
I'm really looking forward to that crying. There's over 75 different activities that are planned across the 4-day immersion, including yoga, nature immersion, wonderful live music, adventure activities, honoring our ancestors, and learning their ways, drum circles, hands-on workshops, inspiring talks, it's Ayurveda.
Ayurveda.
Right? Ayurveda?
Yeah. It's Ayurveda.
I'm just going to leave all that in. Teachings, ceremonies, astrology classes, tarot classes, chakra lessons, breathworks classes, herbalisms, Reiki, and much more. We hope you will come grow with us. Join us, guys. There was an amazing reception to our announcement about this.
We got a lot of listeners coming, at least for like a day or something.
Yeah, and I'm so excited for that. I mean, if you're coming for a day, if you're coming for the whole thing, we're going to have some beans there, man.
Yeah, we are. I'm ready for it.
We're going to have a corner of the bitch that's just slimy bean people.
Gonna be, yeah, man. You'll slime on up there.
We'll just leave a trail wherever we go, and people will be like, the beans have been here.
This is how you get ants.
It'll be like, God damn it, those beans and their slimy fucking trail everywhere. If you have not yet purchased your tickets, I want to give you a word of warning. And it looks like we're going to need it because there was such a good reaction. There's going to be about a 400-person maximum at this thing. So if you're on the fence, act fast. Don't forget the $10 off code. What is that, Mace?
WITCHBITCHRETREAT.
That's WITCHBITCHRETREAT.
That's it.
Get more info over at Anahataspurpose.com. That's ANAHATASPURPOSE.com.
Wow.
Or as Macy says, A as in aardvark. N as in Nancy. A as in apple. I'm going to do the whole thing because this is what you do to me. Mm-hmm. H as in Herman. Actually, that's really fun. That's really fun to do. I get it now.
It is fun. That's why I do it so much.
I get it now. There's a lot of A's in this one, too. A as in astronomical.
Oh.
S as in spanky.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'm done. Z as in zebra. Listen here, we've teased it all episode. You're getting on an airplane.
I'm getting on an airplane.
You're getting on an airplane next week, and by the time this episode airs, you will have already been on that airplane, and you will already be in your destination. And I mean, I think we need to let the beans in on this.
Let the beans in.
We need to let the beans in. We need to spill the beans.
Sure, man. You are driving Hunter and me to the airport early in the morning.
Yes.
On Sunday, and we're going to get on a plane and we're going to fly to Dunedin, Florida, because we are eloping to Florida.
Yeah.
We were going to have like a wedding. That sounded like Linda Belcher.
Yeah.
We were, yeah.
A good old-fashioned eloping. When was the last time you heard of a romantic-ass elopement?
We were going to have a wedding, and we were like, oh, yeah, we'll have a wedding and all that. And then we were like, well, that...
You're so nonchalant about this.
I know.
See, look, we were going to have a wedding.
Well, and, like, because that's the thing. Like, here's, you know what, inside scoop about me. I just don't love weddings. I never have.
Inside scoop.
Hot take. And I'm not a fan of weddings, and I never have been. And from the get-go on this, I was like initially excited to plan one, and then I was like, I don't want to, period, to do this. So then it was like, oh, let's not do a wedding, and then let's do a JP and then the party, because that was exciting. And I was like, yeah, but like I don't know. I wanted it to be just us two. I was just like, that seems like how I want it to be. And so it was January something. And nobody knew what date it was going to be yet. And this thing was supposed to be May 2nd. I was like, let's fucking elope. Let's just do it, man. So within 2 hours of making that decision, the trip was booked. And then things got exciting. After that, like once it was all booked, like about a month and a half ago, it was like, all right, now this is a wedding. This is what I want. I want to do this. So we're gonna stay a week in Dunedin. We're going to do a bunch of ocean kayaking, which I'm super excited about. And we're going to get married on the beach. It's pretty much like Dunedin is like Vegas. It's super easy to get a marriage license. And like all you need is a driver's license and they'll give it to you. And it's binding and fine. And
it's fine.
It's fine. And so I found this business that will like basically... she's written like all of these different little ceremonies and they're great. Like the one that I'm looking at is like this earthy little elemental one. It's really cute. She'll just drive out. So like there's Honeymoon Island, by Dunedin. And,
God damn.
Like, and that was the thing. Like we saw it and we were just like, for some reason I was like, I remember the name Dunedin because Rustin went many years ago. And I was like, let's look into Dunedin. I remember he liked that place. And then I looked at it and the first thing that came up was Honeymoon Island. And I was like,
well,
okay.
That's a sign.
So it's just so cheesy sounding. It's like, oh, we're going to get married on Honeymoon Island. But it's like this like very pristine, beautiful island. And so we can just like go to the far end of it away from everybody. And this lady will come out and marry us out there on like a secluded beach. And it'll be just us two. And I'm really excited for that.
Y'all are going to have such a good time. It's going to be great. Everybody out there in the coven, send some good, sweet.
I almost said condolences.
Just send your condolences.
Well, and it's funny because like, yeah, Hunter and me have lived together for 4 years,
yeah.
You know? So it's like, and this is going to sound worse than I mean it to, but it's because we already feel married. Mm-hmm. It's like, this feels more like a trip with like a wedding formality,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Like, but I am excited about it. I think it'll be nice. The little ceremony and our little cottage we're staying in is fucking cute. And I'm excited to get in it and be there.
Don't get eaten by sharks.
I will not get eaten by a shark. I give you my vow.
Thank you.
I'll just boop him in the head with an oar if he gets too close.
You are kind of like an animal whisperer, so I can see you just being like, no.
Just not me, dude.
We're incredibly honored to be the ones to drop you off at the airport. I think it's great. And I'll stop talking about it now because I know that neither of us are great with this kind of stuff. So
No, we're both, I mean, obviously I'm terrible at it.
you know who's not invited to your wedding?
For good reason.
I mean, he could be like your wedding singer.
No.
He could be.
Instead of a Bluetooth speaker, he's just going to come out of the ocean and just be there.
Yeah, he'll walk out of the ocean and somehow be drier than like when he went in. And he'll sing that song that's like, come my lady, come my lady.
Oh, of course he will.
You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. But he'll do it in Jim voice, so.
Gross. Okay. All right, I'll see him there, I guess.
He'll take your photographs. And with that, let's roll into socials. Because we got a lot to do tomorrow.
I have a lot to do tonight still. I'm in that state of just like...
Are you packed?
No.
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 No, of course not.
Why would I be?
Listen, if you want to advertise with the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour, maybe you can advertise your services as a pagan hand-fasting service marriage giver. I don't know what you call that, you know? You can do that at
advertisecast.com/the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
We have an email address, wbahpodcast@gmail.com.
That's it.
Instagram. Instagym is going to be in Florida for the next week, so...
yeah, so everybody else is safe.
It might not be that active, you know, over there, because he's riding sharks and...
He's getting some sun. He's going to try to tan that pale coloring that he has.
I feel like he's like a mushroom. Like, you put him in the sun, he's going to sprout all kinds of weird hairs.
He might just, like, get all limp and, like, shrivelly.
He's gonna get sand in places he doesn't even know exists.
Gross.
We have one Twitter where we one tweet at
Bitch Hour.
Come meet with us over on Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour.
No, bitch, on Facebook.
We have a Patreon if you'd like to support the podcast. If you like what we're doing, we have monthly live streams where we get quite silly. www.patreon.com/wbahpodcast. We have a very jealous little Saws box. She wishes she was the one going to Florida to elope, but she's not.
No, not this time.
Where does she reside?
She resides quite permanently at P.O. Box 865, Canton, Texas 75103. Write her a letter and just tell her how much it sucks that she's not getting married.
Aw, wish this was you. Aw.
Always the bridesmaid, I guess.
Is it because you're kind of a bitch? All right. Well, on that note, I believe we will see you next time on the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
That's W for wedding. That's B for behemoth.
Oh.
That's A for asshole.
Okay.
That's H for hole of ass.
I knew it.
Podcast. See you next time. That's P for pimples.
Oh.
That's O for oh really. That's D for danger.
Oh.
C for crust.
There it is.
A for asshole. S for slimy beans.
Okay, well.
T. And T for tits.
Okay. I'm all right with it. I'll allow it.
That's a lot of fun. So I'm at that's it's